This is a complete beginner's guide for Manor Lords. So if you are new to this game, maybe you can't even get past the first raiders, then this is the video for you. If you are experienced Manor Lords player, do not leave though, because your experience can help someone by leaving a comment with your best tips for beginners. Do it right now, and while you are down there, leave a nice like. For everyone that is new, this is the first window you get when you start playing Manor Lords, and it doesn't really affect your gameplay at all. I usually go for the Viking axe right there, the Swedish colors, and then I never look at this again. So don't spend time, at least not yet, don't spend too much time on this unless you want to, because you will never basically see this again. Then in here, there are different types of scenarios how you want to play. If you are new, I would just go for restoring the peace. And right now they added a duel where you go face to face against an AI. And fractured realm, and here we got 3 AIs. But we're gonna do restoring the peace, which is the first mode in Manor Lords. And these 2 AIs right here are off map, so you will not see them, so they will not be a problem. And to mix it up, we're just gonna go with one of the newer maps. Let's go for divided, and then you will just load in the game. All right, so the first thing you get to see here when you come in is your tent. So we're just gonna pause the game here so we don't be too hasty here, but the first thing you need to protect is this. This is your supplies that you need to get your citizens happy and well fed. So we need to protect that with all our might. So what we do is we go in here and we build a storehouse and a granary right away. And you can place these wherever you want, but I normally try to place them as close as possible to the supplies, because once these buildings are built, that was the granary, right? Yep. And there is the storehouse. Once these are being built right now, the families will walk back and forth to here, and the walking distance in this game is crucial. So you don't want to build the storehouses way over here, for example. So while they're building, the second thing you want to do is to just check the map for food resources. We have one right there, and there should be another. There it is. We got berries way over here. So right now, since walking distance is a huge thing, I know that wild animals will become our stable food source. So we need to plan for that ASAP. But that is not something we will do right away, because we already start with 20 bread. So now they're building these, and while they are, I'm just gonna build some roads here. We're just gonna continue this way, and I guess we can stop right there by building this, a marketplace. This marketplace is a place where the families that will work in these 2 will sell their goods. Marketplace, right? Pretty obvious. So you build this right here, and those dots right there in the middle, you see that there are 5 market stall locations. And that's a bit too few, but it's okay now in the beginning. We can even make it a bit smaller. We can make 3. We're not gonna need more for now, and these will eventually go away. The other thing you want to do this early on is also get another ox, because as you can see, these right here, the logs, we need an ox to carry those over wherever we build, right? And that's why we want to spend 20 of our 50 regional wealth to get that ox, and that ox will be delivered automatically. It will take some time, but it will get here. And before it gets here, we need either a small stable, which we can't build right now, or we need another hitching post. I'm just gonna pause the game right here. You don't really need to pause the game, but I just want to take this step by step. But we need this second hitching post, because we don't want to spend 20 regional wealth and then that will go away. And to get the best start possible is to get one family in here right now. We don't want to put all 4 of these in here as well, because we need these to work and build, because you need to at least have 1 family unassigned, because otherwise they're not working. And as you can see, we have 1 assigned family. That is the family we put in here. So they will now go and gather all the supplies to go here. So we're just gonna speed up here, and as soon as that is finished, there we go. We're just gonna put a family in there as well. And now we are running out of logs. We have 4 timber to go, and everything needs timber. So now we need a lodging camp, and as you can see, this is the only building which will give us logs, and without logs you don't get to build anything. So we need to get this in here, and I'm just gonna place it. Normally I like to place this close to the logs because they will be dragged to this logging camp, but since there's no forest here, I'm just gonna place this way over here in the forest right there, and we can do the path connected over here. We should be able to fit. There we go. Another thing as well, you can see that on both this one and this one we have a crown above it. That means that those two are rich resources. You can see there's no rich resources here. Clay, salt, and when we have salt we don't get iron in our region, and we need iron to defend ourselves. So that's a bit of a struggle if you come in your first gameplay, because that means you're gonna have to do a trading region, and I'm gonna show you how you actually get a good trading region started. And you need to do this if you have salt, because you need men to defend your village, and yeah, we need iron for that. So there we go. They're setting up here, building this camp, and we're gonna speed this up, and I'm gonna keep these two in here because both these two right here will give us, as long as once we get our houses up and running, they will give us good effects, and we need about 50 for families to move in here. So here we go. This is Mr. Hildebolt. We're not even gonna talk to him from right now because it doesn't really affect us. So finish building this. There we go. Now it's finished, and we are gonna put 2 families in here and an ox. I'm kidding. We're gonna put all 3 families in right now. And right now we have no unassigned families that can help me build. So if I build houses right now, we are really going to struggle. But to get the best start possible, we need to build houses, and we need a lot of timber. We got 2, as you can see right there. So let's start planning for our houses. I'm gonna build some houses right behind here, and I want to do like this, and a bit further. You see like these 2 houses right here. That means that we can have a backyard extension, like chickens or goats or whatnot, so we can get extra food to our realm. But I'm gonna do like this, so we have 1 family that will be moving in here. Then we can upgrade the house, not really upgrade, but we can add an extra family. That means we have 2 families living here and 1 backyard extension. So we're gonna do like this, and I normally do that. Let me know in the comments what you normally do. And then we want to measure it here, because we want to fit 2 houses. You can see right here, if we press negative, we fit 2 houses right here, and we have the backyard extension. That means that we're gonna leave this area, and we're gonna build a house going up from here, here, and here. I'm gonna show you why I left that area, and that is because I'm gonna do a road going up to this road, and this will help me build a nice veggie garden. Because sometimes, at least when I was new at this game, I build my veggie gardens very long, but you want to build them like this, very wide. That is because whenever they pick up their berries, or not berries, fruits, they have to go back to the house. So you don't want them to walk all the way here and then go back. So it's gonna be closer, doing it like this. And just like that, we have 3 burgage plots for families. But if we do an extension on all of them, we have 6. That will supply homes for all our families, and we will have 1 more house ready for families to move in. So there we go. We are gonna leave 1 family chopping out those logs, and hopefully now our second ox is here. Yes, it is, because this ox, when it is dedicated here, it will not leave here, and it will prioritize all the logs that are being cut down. And we need logs to get to these houses. We need 2 in each, so 6 logs, and therefore we have this guy right here. So let's build those houses, and as you can see, food is going down. Alright, so we are back again. The rain is raining, and if we would have the supplies out right now, they will be damaged and go away. So that's why it's crucial to get them in here like we did in the beginning, because you don't know whenever you will have a bad weather. That can happen very fast. Now, since we have homeless families, they are pretty upset with us right now. So let's see if we can do the extensions here and make that our highest priority. so they can finish these houses right now, and they will be able to move in. Now, we need to start focusing on food. Very important that we get these going right now. And to get those going, we're gonna go in here and we're gonna get the hunter's camp, which we will place as close as possible here, so we can even place it over here. So there we go. Finish those, please. And in the meantime, we're building these as well. And since we only have one oxen, it will take some longer time to actually finish the hunter's camp, but they will do it fairly quickly. There we go. As you just saw right there, another family just moved in. So now we have 6 families here working for us. And that was very quick adding another family, which is so crucial if you want to get a good start in Manor Lords. Now, we do need more available housing spaces, and we are crucially trying to get that extra backyard right there so we can add fruits and whatnot. And as you can see right now, we can't get anything here. You get to the, like, you press the house and you go here. This is how you get to this window. And we can't get any here because we need regional wealth. Well, we have some, but we do need planks. But do not spend these 30 wealth. Do not buy the 3rd ox. Wait, be patient, and add a family into the hunter's camp. Now, the next step is to get water, because if there is a fire, we need to turn that out. So I'm just going to place that one there. In the long game, you want water to be kind of spread out, because if there's a fire over here, you don't want them to run over here. And yeah, you want them spread out because they're going to take out the fire quicker. And normally, I wouldn't do this the first time I play, but normally I add both a granary and a storehouse right next to this. And even put some houses right here, so the families that work in this, they live here. So they don't have to walk too far. So that is a very good tip from me. As you can see, we're running out of food. And that is obviously a problem, because hunting is not the quickest way to get food. If we had berries, that would be a lot better. But walking all the way here, I would not suggest doing that. We could add more families into the hunter's camp, which is, yeah, I probably will do that right now. Just so we can get a bit more food. And now we're gonna take you to the next stage in this realm, which is adding more houses, but also the next step, which is the money making part of this. And we have a trading point right here. That is crucial to know. So we're gonna go down here and let me say, I'm trying to plan where we're gonna build this. Yeah, we can do this right here. So if we're building more houses here, we can fit 3. Okay, wait with the houses because we have one right here that should be finished right now. And then we just add another family. So there we go. We got 2 more families that can move in here, and they move in every month. So once you build a church, the church clock will ring, and if the happiness is above 50, you will get 1 family. If it is above 80, you will get 2. So the next step here is fuel. It's going down slowly, but it's not really for that reason why we're getting this. We're getting this because we need to start selling fuel. So we're gonna build you right here. We have 2 more, perfect. And we're also going to build charcoal. And charcoal will be placed right there. Right there, we're gonna place the charcoal. And I might even eventually put a storehouse right here just for the fuel, but for now there will be just like that. Alright, so 2 houses are now finished, but now we don't have anyone working there. But as you can see, we have 4 months of food right now, so we're gonna remove 1 family from here. And if you really want to micromanage stuff, you can go into the house and press on people. Here you can see what the families are working with. So for example, these ones are unassigned, like this family. Then you will press here and then add it by pressing this building. That means you can pick, for example, if you have a house right here, you can choose that specific family to work in this hunter's camp, for example. So now we just got another family moving in as well. This family will be placed in the charcoal kin, which is going to be crucial for this next step right here. And the next step will also be to build a house right here, like this. There we go, big nice garden. But again, we're planning for the future. We're not building this yet, because in this new update, you need a lot of money because the upgrade for this has become very expensive. So we're gonna finish those, and we just might have to build a forester hut over here. And the walking distance is just terrible, but we might have to do that. Another thing you could have done is that you could have set up your camp over there, and you can move the wild animals by building a building in here. So if you like place a hitching post in here, for example, I'm not gonna do it now because I don't want them to move. But if you place this inside the red line, it will cause a migration, and we don't want that to happen, right? So yeah, finish these buildings so we have more families that can move in. There we go. We have now reached a new settlement level, and we just got a new militia. So this is also the next step how you can become very successful, is by going in here, pressing down at the army, press the plus sign, and if you just press a new militia unit right here by the spearmen, we have 14 men already. And that's why we got a weapons delivery. So go and check the map. If you have a bandit camp right here, you do want to go and clear that out, because that will give you some money, and some crucial money that we will get and need right now. And right now we have 14 men. I would suggest you wait until you have 16 men. You can do it with only 14, but you will lose less men the more you bring. So that is something you do want to keep in mind. And now, once this is the next step in the whole part like here, is we are gonna start selling charcoal. Normally, I put the trading post, I put it over here next to the trading point. That way the walking distance from here and here is going to be shorter. And then I put a storehouse right here and have families work in that storehouse without a marketplace. And then I select, I'm going to show you where you can select that. If you go into the storehouse, you can select on advanced, and you deselect everything and you just select the stuff that you're selling. That means that if I sell war bows, I'm going to deselect it from here, and I'm going to select it at this storehouse. That means that those 6 families that work in this storehouse is going to go and pick up the supplies, and the families that work here in the trading points will just go to this storehouse and then to the trading point, back and forth. Super quickly and super nice. So there we go. We are running out of money. We are in dire need of money. So I'm going to have to take these guys out, and we're going to take you here. And the only thing that is, well, one thing that is very bad with this is that 16 out of like, let's say like 20 families living here are leaving right now. So productivity is going down like crazy in our town. But it's very crucial that we go and get this camp. Oh wow, we lost way too many men right there. They're definitely buffed, these guys. So go and claim this bandit camp with those 8 men that you have. And once you claim this, you get a new message. And you can send these resources to the nearest town, which we will do, or send it to our treasury. Nearest town, which means that we will get it to our regional wealth. And now I pause the game, but I'm just going to tell these guys to go back quickly. And now we lost 8 men that's supposed to be working here right now. But we could also have chosen to put this in my treasury. Treasury you do need if you're going to expand to another region. You also need it if you're going to buy retinue. So stuff like that. But that is for the late game. So always choose the regional wealth. And the first thing we will do now, what is that? Well, we are going to get a horse. You might be, what? A horse? We need oxen. Yes, we do need oxen. But we are going to do like this. We're going to add that horse to here. It will, you know, whenever we order a horse, it has to come here by someone that is bringing it. So it's going to get here soon. And then in here, we are going to use the 30 that we saved. Now we have a lot more. But we're going to go in here to the fuel part. We're going to do export, and we're going to unlock this. Because charcoal is a major trade. And we need this unlocked because otherwise you can't trade. We're going to keep 20. I think that's fair. For now, we might do... we might keep more later, but that's what we're going to do now. And now we're just going to let them come back. And as you can see, we are still struggling with food. And unfortunately, I think we will be forced to just set up the forger huts right here. Just to get those berries. This is something I would hate to do, but since we are on the edge with the food, we're gonna go there. And since we did the upgrade on our settlement before, we can also do this, which means that we get these extra cards. This is a new feature to the game. You get this by pressing up here by your name, and you press here. You get all these different options, and I cannot tell you which one you should choose because it depends what type of region you have. I might just go for this because I usually go for that one because I love planting trees, and I'm gonna show you why that is important. Because when you chop down trees with your logging camp, soon there will be no trees here, and they will have to walk all the way here to chop down trees, and the walking distance back and forward is gonna be insane. But also they have to go and get an ox to go and get that log over here. It's just gonna be mad. That's why you want to plant trees. But we will move this logging camp. So don't just keep it here for the long run. We're gonna move that eventually and set up a new logging camp area where we'll plant trees. It's kind of similar like this. We will also build this dude right here that will plant trees, because you need to plant trees next to the woodcutter's lodge, because they will also cut down trees like a logging camp, but not at the same rate. Alright, good. Now we need more families to move in over here. We do have some spare ones, so I'm gonna tell you to go into the charcoal kiln. How we're doing there? We have 40, good. And you gonna go into the trading post so we can start making some money. Is the horse here yet? Oh, speaking of horse. Oh, good thing we just noticed that, because we don't have room for that horse. So that is something you do want to keep an eye out for. You do want to have more hitching posts, and we can't afford it because they're free. So yeah, place those down, so once you order new animals, they will have someone to hitch to. And now the thing you need to get going is the backyard extensions. So the next part in our setup here is to get planks. Planks is crucial. Some might say you shouldn't wait this long for planks, but we are doing that. And we're gonna set that up somewhere around here, because I think my tree plantation area will eventually be here. So having this right here is actually pretty good. I'm gonna speed up the game though. See how they're doing with this. Oh, it's so far away. It's actually crazy. Who's gonna work over there? Well, we don't have any food, so I might have to take one of you in this charcoal burner. And don't be too alarmed about the food. But don't do like I did like here. We probably should put a guy in the Forger hut, because the wild animals should be able to sustain us better. But it's really not doing it. I'm not sure what these guys are doing. Oh, you see? That's why. We got 2 of our hunters were out being military. So that's why. Now they're back to work. And that should definitely speed up everything in here. We have this as well. People are pretty upset that we lost some families right here. So yeah, there's that. And now let's see if we can just get the timber. Everything will slow down since we had that army out and we lost a couple of families. So that is definitely a problem. Once that is done, we're gonna start building again. All right, so while we are waiting, I also added another horse in here, so that's gonna help with the trade. As you can see right there, we just made 39 regional wealth. And now it's time to get another ox to speed up the production. We have 2 months of food, and that is probably because of where is it? This, I'm guessing. Yeah, look at that. And this is just terrible. We don't want that there, because the families that work in the granary have to walk all the way there to pick up that stuff. You also need to keep an eye on this. You get to look at this by pressing on the marketplace. The more families you get in your city, the more families you do need to put in here. Now we just got another bandit camp, and right now we cannot take it on. So what we could have done is, if we would have sent that money to the treasury, is that we could have gone into the army right here and press the plus sign and go to hire mercenaries, and we could have got mercenaries to go and get that camp. Right now we cannot do it because we're missing 50, 60 or 90 from our treasury. So even though we have this, it's not going to help us. To get that money in here, we need a manor, and to get that manor to go over here. by doing tax. But right now we are not doing that, and now since we have money, we are in desperate need for a saw pit. So I'm gonna place the saw pit right here. I'm gonna move it eventually. This will be the highest priority. Get that done. And we need to start getting planks, because then we can get backyard extensions on all of these, and we're gonna get a lot of food variety, which is very nice. So this should be done soon. I'm gonna see if we can add a family in there. And now we can also see that we're making money. So we were in this playthrough to get the best start here. We were focusing a lot on this, and normally I would not focus on money as much as I did in this one. But right now, I'm gonna show you soon once we get some planks. Money is so important in this new play style, because everything is so much more expensive. I'm gonna show you as soon as we can make these. Food is looking okay. Fuel is looking even better, but we need to start selling some. So let's see here. We have 46 charcoal. Yeah, we need more families in here. Or potentially in here. I'm going to put you in there so we can get more planks. Speed up the game. And we're just going to see real quick over here. And you got to let me know in the comments again if you have learned something so far. Focus on those wild berries. There's no mushrooms there. And if this is helpful, again, I do appreciate it if you would subscribe to this channel, because we are trying to push for 3,000 subscribers, which is insane if we reach that goal. But again, if you're still watching, why not just smash that subscribe button? Now, if you take a look at this, we have no more room for new families to move in. So it's very crucial that we build more houses. Otherwise, we don't get any more families. But my guess is we have too many families working in here, so we can always go into the advanced setting right here and pressing timber, and that we want to keep at least 10 timber before we make planks. That should save some timber for us. And now we're gonna go in here and we're gonna do the extensions. If you have an apiary, you get higher yield over here when we build those apple trees. So I might go for that right now, at least one of them. They're quite expensive, but we have money now. Then we're gonna go for an orchard, and then on this side we're gonna go for a chicken coop, and on here we're gonna do animals, and we're gonna do animals, and then this one we're gonna do veggies. This one is gonna be a chicken coop, I think. There we go. You can choose by yourself, and once these are done, you get to choose again. So you can either choose beetroots, you get a low yield, but they will take roughly 6 weeks. Cabbage, 18 weeks, and you get a high yield, and 14 weeks carrots. So I'm gonna go for we need beetroot seeds, and it's October. I don't think we will be able to get this in anyway. So we are gonna go for the beetroots or for the cabbage, and as you can see right there, they cost 63, and 49, and 35. Before this was 15 just to get carrots. Now 49. That's why you need this. And look at that. Look at that regional wealth. That's how you get a really good start financially. Food wise will be fixed now, but we would not be able to do this without that. And here comes that part as well. Since we picked this, we can now also tell this family, and we will do that as soon as we get more families. Once we press this, the families that live here will be basically unassigned families, and they will just work here, and they will need to just work there because this is a large area to do stuff. In here we can either do quinces, pears, or apples, and I'm gonna go for pears because that's a medium yield, 4 years ago. High yield, medium yield. Why is pears more expensive? I might actually go for apples. So let's do apples for now. Then in here we don't need to choose anything. We can actually do an extra extension, and then in here we have to not do anything. Where are the wild animals? Here it is. So here's another option. We can either do pigs and get pork, a strong passive yield of pork, or a passive yield of chevron and hides. And we're gonna go for goats, and we're gonna go for pigs. See the variety going on right here? So now soon we're gonna get a lot of different food types eventually. And now every 1 month, each family consume 1 food item. So even though it seems like we don't have much food, we don't need to make as much food as we did last playthrough. Let's get another ox, and we can also do like this and upgrade the small stables. Because now we should have a lot of planks. We should also do the next step by getting a church, because now the next goal is to get this above 80. That way we get 2 families each month. So starting to become a very good start here, except for the food. The church right here costs stone, planks, and timber, which is all set up and ready to go. So I'm going to place this here, and all families need to go to the church and pray. So you don't want to build the church over here, because they have to walk all the way there to pray and walk in distance. Yeah, you get the whole point right here. Now let's just double check and see, because if this is full, it's really not. We could do this as well to get some herbs so they don't get sick, but I am quite worried about the food. So let's see if we can survive this winter. Otherwise we might just have to buy some food, because we are rich. So I'm not really worried about the food. We can just get around that some way. Alright, finish this with the highest priority. Alright, so the church is done. Winter is coming, and we have 1 month of food. So that is obviously a problem right now. So let's see here if we can improve. First of all, let's see if we can check the marketplace. Looking fairly good. Yeah, we might have to fix the food, but we have money. So let's go and open up the trade. Let's just see if we can buy some food here. I say we just go for the most cheapest one, which is the mushrooms. Cost 20 to unlock. Not that expensive to buy. We can actually get berries, but I'm going to go for mushrooms since we want this food variety. I'm going to unlock this. And yes, I'm going to tell them to get 100 and see if we can speed that up. As soon as we get that covered, we are all set to go. Because once we get these up and running, food will not be a problem. And you see the church clock is ringing. That means the family just moved in. And we can continue. Oh, we got stone right here, so we're not going to build that way. But we can continue setting up areas where we can do nice back gardens with a large area for crops. And since we have money now, that is definitely something that we want to do. So now in here, we're going to do this extra backyard or backyard. Backyard. I can't talk. And in here we're gonna do apples or veggies or something like that. And then in these two we're gonna get something else. Food is looking pretty terrible right now, but we should be getting some mushrooms very soon, I hope. Resources just stolen by some bandits, and we only have 12 men to go and deal with those. We cannot do anything about that right now. We cannot need to go and deal with those, because that way we can get money to our treasury. So what we should do is to get a manor up and running. And for that we do need stone and planks. So can we get stone? This is a rich deposit, which is this. And we're missing planks. So we're just going to get those planks. And we're going to finish these houses. We have more families that can move in and create more food for us. Fuel is at 39 right now. So fuel is not an issue. I might even move one of these families in here to the training post. Now we just got the food. 50 mushrooms right there. Cost 400. That was a fortune. We just need to get that into the granary right here. See if we can get a family in here to go and get that. Because one of those families have to go all the way here. And that's another thing you should know. Now, they can't do anything right here in the winter. So I'm just going to tell them to get out of there. And I'm going to tell one of you to go in here. Start selling. And one to go in here as well. Families are moving in. So let's see how we plan this. Back garden. We want to do... We need planks. We're desperate need of planks. Alright, let's do like this, and we're gonna say that we always want to have 20 planks instead, because that is becoming an issue right now. But food, as you can see right there, is covered from buying a lot of food. And we still have a lot of stuff to sell. So the next part now is to set up an area where we can plant trees and start selling planks from the saw pit, like overproducing planks. So now, once they started to move in here, we're gonna set up an area over here for the tree plantation. So we need a couple of houses over here as well. So let's see if we can build a couple in right here. I think we can fit right here with a nice backyard. There we go. You see the house right there, you see the house right there, and then 2 on each. That's 4 families eventually that will start planting trees in this area, but also chopping down wood. So we're gonna build 1, and we're gonna build 2 eventually, and we're also gonna build. We can't afford it. It's struggling with wood, but we do make money right now, and we have food for 5 months. So we're definitely surviving the winter here from selling some charcoal. So I'm not really worried about this start, and I think I can't say I'm worried. I'm actually very happy with this start. The next part is that we couldn't lose that many men. That was actually an issue, but since we're making money, we can always just buy more weapons. But we're gonna see if we can get the manor to come out here and help us instead. So let's see if we can build this range in deposit. Where is that? Alright, we're gonna have to build it right there. So if we can get some stone, we can build a manor, and the manor can then go and attack those with our militia. And we will take those down, and we will finally get some money into the treasury right here. And we can get that by sending regional wealth as tax as well. Now though, I think we're doing pretty good on mushrooms. So I'm gonna stop the trade for now on food so we can build up some money. There we go. And start producing our own food. So let's start with cabbage. In here we need some more animals. There we go. They already moved in here. Yes. So you go in here, start cutting down some trees. Also, do not forget to buy horses and oxen. You need 2 horses in here and a lot of oxen. I usually go for like 20-30 oxen, because you don't need to upkeep them. There's like no negative by having a lot of oxen. So just get a lot of oxen. I'm telling you, you're not gonna regret it. So there we go. They're up and running. Another bandit camp was sighted. I would love to go and pick that off, but right now we're gonna have to move. We're gonna have to move here, and you move this by pressing up here. There are a couple of buildings you can relocate, so you don't have to buy the building again. That means it's gonna go away from here. That also means that I want to relocate this guy. He's gonna be up here right now, and the families that will live over here, they're also gonna work up here. So we're gonna see if we can get a couple more houses in here, and like so. That is 6 more families eventually that will work in this area. And we're gonna that's the last thing I'm gonna show you here, how you overproduce the planks here. Another ruler. So here's the thing, if you let him go and take those bandit camps out like he's doing right here, he will gain influence and he will start claiming regions, and the faster you claim regions, the faster he goes for you. So what we can do right now is that we're gonna sneak off right here and see if he can fight these guys for us, and then we sneak around and take the goods. Alright, no shield wall please. So we're gonna try this, and it might work. It better work, because we need money into our treasury. The first thing I actually sent was into the regional wealth. Maybe I should have sent that to the treasury instead, because we had 30 to buy the charcoal. So that was definitely that was a mistake. You should not have bought that into the regional wealth, because as you can see, just by sending away charcoal, we are making bank. So there we go. We have 8 unassigned families right now. This cannot happen. So let's see if we can first of all get these guys in here, get into the hunters camp, and let's have another look at the marketplace. It looks okay, but it's getting yellow at the storehouse capacity, so I'm gonna put you in there. Okay, let's try one more time. I'm gonna put you in the storehouse, which is probably full already. Yep. Ooh, actually not. I'm gonna place you in here so we can build a manor. I paused the game on purpose. And then these guys are now gonna be unassigned, but we're gonna press here so they will work at home. So they don't have to focus on anything else. And then over here, let's go in here and see if this family that is here, he's gonna start working in the Sawpit. And we cannot man this Sawpit already, as you can see right here. But what we can do is that we press this building, press on people, and then go this way. That way we manually assign this family right here, and they will start working right there as soon as they moved in. Now we are in dire need of more lumber, so hopefully there will be more houses moving in there. And to find the other unassigned families, we're just gonna press these buildings and see. I think it might be, nope, it's not those. Here's another unassigned. I'm gonna put you in the quarry so we can get those. And let's see if, yeah, these two are unassigned, so we can do like this. And we need one unassigned to work. So now these families are only working back here. All right, let's see if we can sneak off right here. All right, let's see here. Here they come. So we want them to push them, and we're gonna go around this way. Fighting them will make us gain influence, but as you can see, they're pushing the bandit camp, so we're gonna do that as well. We're gonna claim this, and then we're gonna go here, see if we can get some influence as well, because influence is this thing right here. We need 1,000 to claim another region, and this will be sent to the treasury. There we go. So once we have sent that to my treasury, I'm just gonna see. Oh, they're broken. Okay. So now send these back home. And this is why we should have sent those to the treasury right away, because this bandit camp in that name right there, we can get that by going in here, going in there, and buying. Let's see, they're all both coming from this region. I'm gonna should be enough with this. I'm gonna do this just in case. I'm gonna send those war bows. Let's see where they're coming from. Right there. So hopefully they will get here first. Let's see, they're right there. So they're gonna have to run, because now they are pushing the bandit camp, and we need to get there first. Very crucial that we get there before the 29 days is over, because otherwise we have to pay 45 again. And as you can see, we lost some money in the treasury, but this didn't go away. So keep running now. These go back, because we need you to go back and work. Alright, there we go. We have broken them without any of his men. That means, as you can see right there, we got some influence. We need 1,000 to claim a region. You claim a region by going to the map and pressing on it, and then lay claim on it. But as you can see, he owns this region. This costs 2,000, right? So we cannot claim that yet either. But now go and claim this. And now this is claimed. We're gonna send this to my treasury, because I think that's gonna be the best way. And to disband these, you do that by just disbanding right here, and then the mercenaries is gone, and we don't have to pay for them for a second month. I also feel like we don't need to set up this any longer. At least not yet. I feel like we're getting enough food from these over here. Are we getting any stone? Yeah, we're getting some. But we need to get that manor up and running. That is the castle. Missing a lot of stone and a lot of timber. So we're gonna wait until these are finished and moved in. But as you can see, we're gaining a lot of wealth. And I feel like this is a really, really good start. Except the food. But we need to focus on money, because you cannot fix the food. At least not in a region like this. Normally, if we would have berries over here instead of the wild animals, food would not be a problem right now. You can try this yourself. You probably did try this by yourself. And if you don't have wild animals, food wouldn't be an issue, and you would have money. And soon, we're going to overproduce planks. And we're going to go in here, and we're going to start selling planks by exporting them. We're going to keep 50, because planks is good to have and super easy to produce. We're going to unlock this, and we're going to start selling it. And once we get this area going, there we go, we have a family moved in. I'm going to place this guy in here. You can see right there, I am not manually assigning any longer. I am picking this family and assigning them in here. And then I will tell these guys to shop, or not shop, I will tell these guys to plant trees in this area. Because this area is being chopped down by this woodcutter, and they will be chopped down by all these guys right here as well. So get more families in this area, and also get this into what? Well, I think we're gonna go for animal pen. There we go. And the same goes for those as well. We could get some meat, and getting meat will help us get these upgraded to the second level, which I would do here. And that will increase the pantry size. You see right there, We got 22 right now, so if we upgrade this, we will also upgrade this. And once those are finished, we should have more than 22. And since this is needed for a bigger storage, that's gonna be very helpful. Another family just did move in, so I'm guessing they moved in over here. So we're gonna see if we can put that family in here, and we will also add another ox to speed that process up. I'll get another ox right there. And since this is going to be my tree planting area, what we will do like this and get more of these over here in this area. We might do more houses over here, but for now this will be some hitching posts area right there. This family didn't move in, so they might have done it. Why didn't we get a family? Look at this. We have 72 right now. We were pushing 80. Once we get 80, we get 2 families each month. And now we have stone rubble. We only need more timber. So once we have timber right now, we should be able to build a manor and build a nice castle. Normally, I like to build those close to the edge because this is where the bandits and outlaws are coming. But I also do like to put a manor up here on this hill. Like, imagine this is like the perfect spot for like a castle, right? And yeah, this is what this is where I really would like to put the manor. Like, there's no other options. We have to put it here. Again, guys, this is just a beginner's guide. I'm not gonna do a part 2 on this unless you really want it, because I have an active series. I just figured that I really want to make a beginner's guide for everyone that haven't played the game or haven't seen the new update. And you might want a second episode here where I really go through like details for a beginner's guide. So let me know if you do want to see part 2. Otherwise, join the other series. I feel like this is a pretty good setup to leave you guys. The food is an issue, but like I'm telling you, if this wasn't wild animals, which is not a lot of food, we wouldn't have a problem, and we are making bank, which also gives you the opportunity to make these guys into nice backyard extensions. And once these get going, they take a couple of years, and that would not be a problem. Let's double check and see. Yeah, look at that, 45 generic storage. So if you have enjoyed this, let me know. Let me know if you want to see part 2. And again, if you are new, take that axe and throw it at the subscribe button. And thank you all our members that are still watching this. And if you're watching this, drop a nice beginner tip in the comments. You might not help me, you might not help yourself, but you might help someone that is reading it. So do that right now. And if you want to see a part 2, and if that is released, you will see that video on the screen right now. So keep your axes sharp, and I will see you in the next video.